Hi everyone. So today I'll do a short review of this graphic novel, Palestine. It's by Joe Sacco, and when I first seen this at the library, the reason I borrowed it in the first place is, one, because of the subject matter, it's Palestine. The other big reason that I borrowed this is because the introduction is by Edward Said. He wrote the book called Orientalism. It's a very important nonfiction book for understanding the other. His perspective of what Orientalism is a way of seeing that imagines, emphasizes, exaggerates, and distorts differences of Arab peoples and cultures as compared to that of Europe and the US. So basically, it involves seeing Arab culture as exotic, backward, uncivilized, and at times very dangerous. That summary is from the website arabstereotypes.org, and if you like nonfiction, I highly recommend reading that book. It's definitely a classic in its field. Edward Said, he also wrote Culture and Imperialism, The Question of Palestine. With all of that in mind, that's why I was really drawn to borrowing this. I did not at all expect that Edward Said would write an introduction for a graphic novel. When I did the review for this on my Goodreads, I mentioned that the characters are very highly exaggerated and their facial features are extremely exaggerated to the point where as people they're very, very unflattering. In my review I mentioned I wonder if that was done on purpose as a stylistic choice, because Palestine, it's possibly not as widely celebrated as Israel could be, because Israel maybe is more familiar and approachable and is easier to celebrate because, you know, the cause of the Jews and those kind of things. So the Palestine people don't really have a land anymore, and there's a lot of conflict that's coming up because of that, and of course I guess religious conflict and stuff between the two groups. And if Israel is oppressing the Palestinians and forcing them out of their land, or, you know, getting into that conflict. They are covered in this book. It is written with a very heavy journalistic point of view. It's amazing though. There are some parts like this, for example, where it looks like a magazine, just the layout, and this is where it's giving a huge backstory of what's going on. And the Intifada, the setting of this particular graphic novel is in between the first and second major uprisings that the Palestinian people had. So one of the major conflicts between the Israelis and the Palestinians. And yeah, so basically I think it's pretty good. It covers an awful lot of stuff. But for sure, there's a lot of events and scenes in this that will be on my mind for quite a long time. And I think it's very effective for what it's trying to do. And I think it's trying to encourage a little bit more compassion towards the Palestinians and their struggle for equality or just basic dignity and human rights and stuff. So I guess that's basically about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the illustrations are absolutely amazing, and the way that the dialogue is written in times, it's like chaos, but I guess chaos in the middle of the conversations. Like there's all these scenes that are happening, and then they have the way that the dialogue is happening is all chaotic. It kind of emulates the actual real life chaos that would be happening in this actual situation. If people are scrambling around on the street and they're yelling at each other and they're trying to get to safety, or they're having another small uprising, or, you know, there's a clash with the Israeli police or military against just a regular citizen, there'd be a lot of conflict and chaos. So I think that the way the words are on the page, I think it emulates that quite well. There's a lot of emotional scenes in this as well, where you get to really hear the voices and the stories of the Palestinians. That's a very short review. I hope you like it. And I think the images are actually, some of them are absolutely beautiful. I'll zoom in on this one so you can see. But just the really fine detail, it's exquisite for some of the scenes. It's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that's all. So thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye everyone.